Welcome to Let's Talk Climate, a webcast series from ecoAmerica, delivering the latest thinking and best resources for building public support and political resolve for equitable climate solutions in the United States. I'm Jennifer Giordano, Vice President of Marketing at ecoAmerica, and today we are bringing you a special episode. We'll be taking a look at our latest American Climate Perspective survey titled Biden and Trump Voters Alike Want the New Administration to Prioritize Climate Solutions. I'm joined by Nicole Hill, co-author of the report, and thank you for joining, Nicole, and walking us through the report.
Thank you, Jennifer. Hi, everybody, and welcome to ecoAmerica's special Research Let's Talk Climate episode. This report explores post-election climate perspectives just 2 days after the presidential race was called and former Vice President Joe Biden was named president-elect. ecoAmerica set out to find out how Americans were thinking about climate change. Now, this was the first national election where climate change kind of emerged as a top voting issue. It was featured in debates, it was part of the Biden campaign's platform, and it was in the minds of many as they cast their ballots. So President-elect Biden and Vice President-elect Harris have already signaled where they stand, announcing climate change as one of their top 4 priorities in their transition. And that's alongside COVID-19, economic recovery, and racial equity. So let's dig into the report. So, like I said, ecoAmerica set out to explore post-election climate perspectives and find out exactly where climate fit amongst other priorities. ecoAmerica designed and administered the survey, which was conducted online on November 9th, and it yielded 1,078 complete adult responses. The margin of error for the sample is plus or minus 3%, and in interpreting these results, it is important to note that sample surveys are subject to the possibility of sampling error. So the results of this survey may differ from the results that would have been obtained had the entire population been interviewed. And of course, anything that we say in this presentation can be referenced in the report on ecoAmerica's website. So if you have any questions, just head there, and you're also free to email us. Okay, digging into the findings, ecoAmerica asked survey respondents what level of priority climate change should be for the Biden administration. And we found that nationally, 74% of Americans said that it should be a priority, including 31% who said it should be a top priority. But when we look more closely at those who voted for Biden versus those that voted for Trump, we see that the large majority of Biden voters, 92% of them, think that climate should be a priority. And actually, almost half of those that voted for Trump, 47%, agree that it should be a priority. Okay, this graph is a bit bigger and a bit denser. There's a lot to digest here, but we'll walk through it. What we also looked into is where climate change fell on the scale of other voting issues. So ecoAmerica asked the sample, what level of priority should the following issues be for the Biden administration? And these included climate change, economy and jobs, healthcare, the coronavirus response, national security, immigration, and racial justice and equity. And as you can see, 93% of Americans said that the economy and jobs should be a top or important priority. And this graph actually shows all those responses of those who answered top or important priority. So 89% said that healthcare should be a priority, 88% said that the coronavirus should be a priority, 88% also said national security, 80% said 78% said immigration, 80% said racial justice and equity. And as for climate change, like I referenced before, 74% said that it should be a priority. And so if we break this down by political party, for Democrats, climate change is actually a top 4 issue. 91% of Democrats say that it should be a top or important priority, whereas Republicans rated as seventh at 53%. And these findings show that independents really fall between the two, with 77% indicating that climate should be a top or important priority. However, we know that climate change is strongly linked to all of these priority issues. Climate change is tied to the economy through both the economic toll of extreme storms and weather events and the economic and job benefits of the current transition to clean energy and green economy jobs. Climate change is also a racial justice issue, as climate impacts disproportionately harm Black, Indigenous, and people of color. And there's a Let's Talk Climate episode focused entirely on environmental racism, climate justice, and health on ecoAmerica's YouTube channel. So if you want to learn more, you can check that out. Immigration is also a climate issue as regions of the world become unlivable and people are forced to move and to migrate, as well as a national security issue when extreme weather impacts global tensions. Also, in light of COVID-19, scientists have warned of changing climate's effects on emerging diseases, which brings us to health. And my background is in public health, so I can't breeze over healthcare here. And healthcare impacts of climate change burden America's mental and physical health. ecoAmerica actually wrote a report with the American Psychological Association, a mental health report, and it really ties together the climate change and mental health impacts and all the ways in which climate change can induce stress, anxiety, depression, and really put strain on communities. So if you're watching this today and you haven't already checked it out, I urge you to head to our website after this episode and take a look at it. It's especially a great resource for healthcare professionals and public health professionals. So with all that being said, and tying in how climate change relates to all of these priority issues and vice versa, the Biden administration and the 117th Congress really do have an opportunity here to address a multitude of issues through equitable climate solutions. Another finding is that while President-elect Biden and VP-elect Harris have named climate change as a top 4 issue in their transition, and that 74% of Americans across the political spectrum agree with this positioning, slightly less, at 71%, believe that he will act accordingly. So Democrats, the vast majority, think that Biden will, or that Biden should prioritize climate solutions. 91% thought that, and 90% we see here think that he actually will. While over half of Republicans think Biden should prioritize climate, only 47% think that he will. So with this, the majority of Americans want Biden to prioritize climate change, but climate solution advocates are going to need to build political support and pressure to really ensure that those intentions match the outcomes. And that's all I have for research today. I really urge you to head to our website and read the full report. And if you have any questions, you can email us at research@ecoamerica.org. It's really great research that you can use to mobilize your network and to push for equitable climate solutions. And please stay tuned for upcoming reports in 2021. We will have a climate justice report coming out in early February. So that's all. Back to you, Jennifer.
Thank you, Nicole. This is important and timely research. Again, we encourage you to go to ecoamerica.org to download the full report and social toolkit. Please join us in sharing these findings with your network. And join us every Thursday for live episodes of Let's Talk Climate, and engage with us using the hashtag Let's Talk Climate. And be sure to subscribe and follow at ecoAmerica on social for the latest research, resources, and Let's Talk Climate episodes. Thanks again, and see you at our next Let's Talk Climate episode, a reflection on 2020. That'll be on December 17th. See you then.